Cha-ching, cha-ching. Hey, everybody. This is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. In this particular video, I'm going to start doing and I want you guys to follow me every single Sunday, because I'm telling you when I'm going to do it. Every Sunday, like I normally do a Sunday video to give you a heads up on the news events and stuff like that. But what I'm also going to do for the next couple of weeks, I'm actually going to and I'm looking at the news events so I can pull that up. What I'm going to do is go and cover a certain section of the funded challenges that's out there to kind of go and show you guys the pros and cons of it, so you're aware of it before you get started. And you can make a more healthier decision on whether you think it's a good fit for you or not. I know it's a big thing that's going around, but is it the right thing for you? Is it a scam? Are there legitimacies? Do they pay? All these different things I'm going to try to cover. But more importantly, there are certain things you need to know when you're going through the challenge. And there's a ton of people who are failing the challenge. And it's really, there's a lot of videos out there. But I'm going to kind of be a little more detailed to kind of cover and show you guys exactly from a back office what you really need to know if you decide to do it, so that what you need to pay attention to will be on your radar as you're working with these prop firms. And I'll cover that over a series of videos. But before we do that, today's video is going to be pretty important. The question I want to address for you is it even worth the money for you to do it? Okay? Is it worth the money? In my honest opinion, okay, and I'm just giving you my honest opinion. Let me kind of show you guys something as we go along. Many of you guys are opening up, like for an example, some of you guys that's going to watch this video for the first time, you are going to open up a Forex broker account, and, maybe you saw a strategy on YouTube, and you're going to throw some money into a Forex account to try to, test that out. You don't have a lot of money. So you're maybe going to put in 100, 200, 300 bucks, right? And here's the problem. Here's the big problem. Psychologically, okay? Follow me on this. Psychologically, it's a problem. You want to know why? Because even if you did the strategy right and you have a $100 account, the problem is psychologically, you're going to see numbers that don't impress you. And as a result, it's going to bring in financial frustration, because you're going to feel like, man, I'm not making any money. Are you following me? That's critically important, because this is one of the biggest reasons how you're going to make your decision on whether to work for a prop firm. I'm getting into traders' psychology and their decision-making ability on the situation, which I haven't yet to see for any person on YouTube. And I've been watching, sitting back in the cuts quietly, not saying nothing about it, but I'm just speaking out on this because you need to know why you should or should not make a decision, why Forex traders do or do not make those decisions. And this is top of the list, even if you have a good working strategy, such as ours. Okay, you have the simplicity system, you're a complete beast in demo account. You decide, I want to open up a live account, but you only have maybe 100, 300, 500 bucks. You start that account, you actually start doing very well in it, but the psychology mind says, I need more because I need to hurry up and pay this bill, I need to quit my job, and so forth and so forth. And so your mind begins to talk to you, and it begins to impress upon you that maybe you're not doing enough fast enough. And this is where the number one reason almost all Forex traders get into trouble with trading, period, is because we want faster progress and faster financial success. Amen? Am I not telling the truth? Okay? As a result of that, you try to speed up the process by over leveraging your account, and ultimately one or two of those trades don't work out, and it just so happens to be the trade that you over leveraged on, and that is how you blow your account. Am I not right so far? I'm laying the foundation so that you can see whether you should or should move forward. But you have to get to the root cause first. Now, with that being said, if you're willing to be honest with yourself and say, Uncle P, yes, that's actually me. And by the way, we all fit into that camp one way or the other sometime in our trading path. Every single one of us. Okay? You're trying to run from something. Whether it's the bills, the job, paying alimony or child support, whatever it is, you're trying to get financial freedom. And as a result, even if you are doing the right strategy, it will still not bring you success because it's not bringing enough results fast enough. With that being said, now let's go over to here and let me show you something here. In my opinion, here's a company, and I'm not endorsing any of these companies, okay? I'll get to that in another video if I ever endorse companies. I normally never do. Never, okay? I never do, okay? But here's my point. The point is that look at remember what I said, you're planning on using probably anywhere from $100 to $500 to open up an account, right? And even if you had a level of success with that $500 to, $100 to $500, would you actually be happy with the results? No. Why? Because it's not fast enough results. However, what if you use that same $100, and this is a little bit more expensive company. They're here in Florida. But look at this. For $250 or for $400, you can audition to be able to control accounts worth $25,000 to $50,000. Here's another company, and here's their barrier. Okay, so if you want to do a $10,000 account, you only had to spend $89. If you wanted to do a $25,000 account, it's only $189. So for people who only have $100 to start with, why not try something like this? Where, guess what? For less than $100, if you pass their challenge doing a strategy, basically, and they tell you what the strategy is. The test is on phase 1, in 30 days, you have to make a profit of about $500 on a $10,000 account. You cannot, here's your target. They want to see you convert a $10,000 account to $10,800 on phase 1. And you got 30 days to do it. A whole 30 days, right? Minimum, some people pass it in 1 or 2 days, which I'll get to that in another video. Okay, you really want to watch that one. But anyway, the point is they give you your loss limit. So if you're trading, you cannot go below this number. So you can go up to $499 on a losing day. Because guess what? I'm not going to lie. Some days it's not good. Last week in the beginning, early in the trading week, it was terrible for me. But later on, as the week went on and the news lifted and all the turmoil of the markets calmed down, then the market ended up producing pretty good. As a matter of fact, many people who came to class with me on Wednesday, and this is for all my students, shout out to you guys for coming, in our live session, because every Wednesday, I do a live class with the students, and on Wednesday, we end up catching a trade on NZD USD, and everybody who was in class who took that trade, it sat there, boom. I said, all right, here's why everybody should be getting in, and boom, right during class, it hit our take profit right in class. So therefore, again, if they had a prop firm challenge account and they only had $100, they're actually controlling a $10,000 account versus a $100 account. Does that make sense? So this is, to me, in my opinion, leverage to the highest degree. So when you're opening up a broker's account, a lot of us are looking for who has good leverage, 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000. There's some out there, 1 to 2,000. We want the highest leverage we can get because with a small account, you want to try to make it bigger than what it really is. Well, the good news is with a lot of these brokers, here's another one, which a lot of people are familiar with. And you can go through their challenge. Each one have their little variations with this and that. But I'm saying if you have $100 to $500, look, $99. And that gives you a $10,000 account, $189. Here's another one. See, they're priced roughly around the same. For a $50,000 account, $400. Well, you were going to open an account with $500. Well, why not try this? And then if you pass using your strategy, guess what? You're doing a profit split on a $50,000 account, but you only invested $400. If you lose trades in this $50,000 account, it doesn't come out of your pocket, it comes out of that account. As long as you stay under their overall drawdown or loss limits per day. They give you a daily limit and an overall limit. As long as you don't cross these, you're good to go. Okay? Is that making sense to you? So in my group, and I wish I would have had the screenshot up, but there was another student who said, hey, I done passed these challenges 3 times using Uncle P's simplicity system. This very system that you get from me, which comes with a weekly live class with me, where you're going to be in class with me live on the Zoom class. I post a link into the group, and I actually go over things with you and do questions and answer one by one. So anybody who raises their hand, I answer and talk to you directly. And you're only paying a one-time little small fee for our trading system. See, it's only $2.99 plus tax. That's it. But you get everything, and you get the lifetime classes, and you get not only the trading system, you get access to our private groups, tutorials, you get everything, a trading journal, lots and lots of things come with this, okay? Lots and lots of things. And you'll be in class with me every week, okay? Now, this is up to you. See, it depends on how you want to invest into your career. If you really want to succeed, then you really do have to do some investing. But again, this is what people do. And they're taking only a couple of trades a week using the simplicity system, and they're passing the challenge in the first week. Very simple, right? But the point is, so let's say you got $500. Here's what I would do if I was you. Realistic, honest to God, if I was you, here's what I would do. If I had only $500, I would get the simplicity system so that not only are you getting a trading system, okay, but you also are going to get live classes so you can get coached along the way, okay? And the classes do not cost a penny. All I say is get the same trading system. Why? Because when I'm teaching classes, I don't use Elliott Wave theory. I don't use the Donchian channels. We all in the classroom use the same trading systems, okay, that we created. So as I'm explaining, we're all on the same page. So if I say, hey, let's take a look at this, you have the same trading system that I have, and you can instantly look and see exactly what we're talking about. Okay. It's like going to college and you choose to use, Black Essence magazine while the rest of the class has a book on chemistry. Get what I'm saying? It won't work. You have to have the same textbook so that as the teacher is teaching, everybody's learning from the same material. So the reason why we do it this way is because guess what? Not only are you getting the trading system, but you're getting classes with me so that as we're going through this, you'll be able to spot these trades and learn what I'm looking at. And therefore you can help yourself to pass the challenge. All right. But the point is, here's what I would do. If I only have $500 and I say, you know what, I want to start trading this week for $500. What I would do is I would spend $300 to get the trading system. It's only a $300 investment one time. Classes are free every week. And then I would do this one here, which is the $25,000 challenge. Why? Because the actual cost to get into it is only $189. So with $500, you get a $25,000 account and a full trading system and coaching. Where else are you going to get something like that? Now, this particular broker, and again, it's up to you, do your research. I'm not endorsing companies because I haven't vetted them enough I don't feel comfortable doing that. Unless I'm a controller, a part owner of the company, I really don't do that. So I'm suggesting that you can go on Trustpilot or one of these other places and just do your own due diligence. There's tons of these companies out there. You got FTMO, which is right here. You got TFF right here. You also have this one here, which is Surge Protector. Some of them are a little more expensive, but that's because of their reliability and credibility. They actually, and one of the things you're looking for, don't be cheap, because one of the things you want to look for is how to contact them. Okay. Which way is the fastest way to contact them? Do they list their address? And like this one here, it's located right here in the US. And so you can see they have a direct phone number. They have a phone number here. They have an address in Naples, Florida. So if you are in the US, you can drive to their location and verify it. But again, they're a little more expensive, but there's plenty of others out there. Plenty. So you don't have to go with these that I'm showing on the screen. These are just example ones here. That I'm just showing you that, hey, if it was me and I only had 500, this is exactly what I would be doing right here. I would do a $25,000 challenge, $189 to get that. Get this, and there you go. Okay. Or another way, if you say, I don't even have $500, Uncle P, I only have $300. Okay, cool. Here's what I would do. I would still do maybe this challenge right here, which is $189. But then I would, if you can't afford this system yet, what I would do is I would join the signal service. Now, here's the reason why. When you join the signal service, you'll be getting signal alerts from us so that you'll be able to just take the signals and there you go. But also, which is a little more advanced, but you'll be able to join Miss Jenny's live sessions too, which is twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the signals group. And they primarily trade the indices. So if you're a person who like to trade the indices like the NASDAQ, the US 30, so forth, then this would be a route for you. And guess what? This is actually just only $69 a month. Okay, it's cheap, cheap service. Okay, very inexpensive. My wife, she was looking at other services out there. She said, "Why are you charging so low?" She saw another service; they would charge an astronomical amount of money to do less than the same thing that we're doing. So even in here, you'll be able to have a live session twice a week with Miss Jenny. So if this would work for you, then do it this way. So if you only had $300, that's exactly what I would do. I would apply for a $25,000 challenge. See? Now, this one is $250 for $25,000. That's what I said. It depends on how much money you want to spend. So do your research and find out, their credibility and this and that. This one, again, this is for a $20,000 account with my Forex funds. They charge $189. And then you can do the signal service for $69. So either way it goes, if you have a $300 budget, that's what I would do. I'm being totally honest with you guys. That's exactly what I would do. Why? Because each of these services give me access to a person who I can speak to every week. That is the key factor. Where else are you going to get that? There's tons of different indicators and systems out there, but they're not giving you live coaching where you can actually talk to the person every week and get answers to help you pass the challenge. That is key. It made all the difference. And the reason I did that is because I wasn't able to get that kind of service when I was coming up the ranks. So that's the reason why it's important for me to give you guys, regardless of which service you choose, it gives me the ability to have you talk to either me or Miss Jenny so that you can get some coaching as you're trying to go through the ranks. But that's what I would do. So on my first video this week, this is my summation. I think it's a very good idea to do it. I would just ask you to vet these companies before you go, and because here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to pass the challenge, put in all that work, passing the first phase, second phase challenge, and then when you go into the live account, they're giving you, some old excuse why they can't pay you out, or they take forever to want to pay you out, up to a month waiting period before you can get your first payout. You don't want that. If you pass the challenges and moved along the ranks, then guess what? You want your bread so you can feed your family. Amen? Okay, so if that's the case, then I would really do my due diligence and research the companies and find one that will work best for you with your budget. Okay? All right, I'm going to wrap this video up. It is Mother's Day, so I'm out of here. But I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, before we go, one thing I forgot. I forgot to go over the news for this week. There's only a couple of, now here's the problem. Let me say this up front. This market is so wacky that on weeks that should have very low news events, you would assume very low volatility. But like last week, it was hardly any news, and it was just as volatile as a crazy bed bug. You understand what I'm saying? It was crazy. So I'm telling you, this week, as far as news, I'm only looking at the CAD coming out with inflation on Tuesday, and the JPY is coming out with their inflation numbers on Thursday. That's the only news I'm watching. There's other news events to do your own homework, but that's the only one I'm paying attention to. But the truth of the matter is, I'm on edge on all this because the world is going crazy and the markets are a mirror reflection showing exactly what's going on. So trade carefully. All right, I'm out of here, you guys. Peace and hair grease. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.